All right, researching and presenting. Let's go ahead and launch this final video of the Coach Masters Basic Mentorship Program on how to use pathways for your first 3 speeches. Your icebreaker, evaluations, and feedback. And again, because I've already completed this, let's go back to the introduction. As a Toastmaster, you will give many speeches. Assignments are always provided, but choosing the topic is often up to you. Once you select a topic that interests you, your job is to sift through information, find pieces that are relevant, and structure them in an engaging speech. In this project, you will learn the strategies for selecting a topic, conducting successful research, and producing a well-organized speech. Again, you can print the project checklist. We already know the purpose, and at the end, you're going to give a 5 to 7 minute speech. This is how comfortable do you feel selecting topics. I have over 500 books in my library, and I love YouTube and podcasts and audiobooks. So I've got tons of content that I could choose from. For those of you who need to search for some, you can Google it. Look at a news article. There's a lot of choices. So here's the list of competencies that you will learn from this project: research and presenting an unfamiliar topic, organizing a speech that clearly maximizes audience understanding, craft clear and engaging transitions. This is key. And use and cite sources to support your content. This is giving stats and then saying where you got the stats from. When you're choosing a speech topic, think about your goals for the project overall. For instance, you're tasked with delivering a 5 to 7 minute speech. You may have a passion for tropical fish, and you may want to learn more and share your knowledge. Be sure your topic is narrow enough to fit the speech length. Too much information or too little can cause your speech to seem disorganized or overly broad. Obviously, start with everyone has the ability to Google things and watch short video clips. Just write key notes and key facts and key highlights that you think would be interesting to an audience. This is where your taste counts. Again, clicking on the red brings up more options for you to read. Once you have a subject, start with a broad search for information on your topic. Libraries have many resources, of course, but we all can use Google, and that really will help expedite the process. But also think about the journey of a book you might have read and where you read it. Sometimes the story within the story is something interesting to add to help add variety to your speeches. Continue through. Perhaps you have an opportunity to interview an expert or someone in your field, or you want to use a quote from someone that you know. Think about the credibility, think about the sources, think about the perspectives, think about some questions. Citing sources. When you cite a reliable source and give audience members a means of accessing the information themselves, you improve your credibility. If you just spout out random numbers and stats without saying where you got them from, how does anyone know that you didn't just pull it out of thin air? So here are some citation guidelines that you can go over. If it's an author, the author and the book title will suffice when giving a speech. Which 5 sources are considered to be generally reliable? Article from the New York Times. I would say an interview with an expert. I would also say a magazine article is considered reliable. Encyclopedia reference, even though we don't use encyclopedias much anymore. Editorial, perhaps not. Maybe a university website. You would think a university. Let's submit and see how I did. Correct. I was able to distinguish between reliable and unreliable sources. You can rewind the video if you want to look at the list that I picked again. I'm doing pretty good on these quizzes, if I don't say so myself. Organizing your speech. A well-organized speech enhances the audience's understanding. When your speech is well structured and easy to follow, it's more effective. Review some of the organizational structures that may help you during the writing process. Chronological, follow a sequence of events. Topical, the structure organizes speeches by topics and subtopics. Break your speech into sections that explain the major concepts related to your concept, followed by smaller and smaller subtopics. You then have spatial. A spatial structure organizes the speech by geography or physical structure of the topic. Construct a speech that discusses the impact of your topic upon a region of the world. Spatial also refers to content that covers a physical landscape or a specific location. For example, if you're giving a speech about Germany, you may organize your presentation in a way that implies movement across the country. Your content could begin in the south at the Alps and then travel northward towards the Baltic Sea. Then you have casual. A casual structure organizes speeches to a link, cause, and effect, or effect to its cause. Comparative. A comparative structure organizes speeches by describing two or more objects and then their shared and or different attributes. Show your topic, how your topic compares to another by examining similarities and differences. Problem solution. Speeches organized by problem and solution are arranged in a particular sequence. First, state the issue, explain its significance, then propose a feasible and advantageous solution. And then lastly, particular, general, or particular. A particular, general, particular structure organizes speeches by a specific example that frames broader content and illustrates the main or personal objective of the speech. That's where your personal story comes in. The example given at the beginning of your speech is echoed in the conclusion to help clarify or elucidate your primary message. That's a nice word. Elucidate your primary message. That's a new word for me. And so here again is a summary of all the speech structures. And this final quiz, I'm not going to go through. You can go through it on your own. Introduction, body, conclusion. Review and apply. Complete the assignment. Again, everywhere you see these red boxes, you can click to open them up. Of course, here you can print your project checklist. And you can print out the evaluation resource that you give to your evaluator before your speech. You can print the project out so you can have it on paper or PDF separate from logging in online every time you want to review it, as well as your research worksheet that allows you to organize the research that you've found for the speech, as well as a speech outline worksheet. There's the before and after quiz. Congratulations. You have now finished the first three aspects of your level 1 of whatever path you chose. Icebreaker, evaluation and feedback, research and presenting. After that, you are off to the races. So thanks for tuning into this series by Coach Masters. I am the current president, Jamar John Johnson, and I wish you the best of luck on your journey as a new Toastmaster. May your speeches move onward and upward. I'm out.